accompanied by her fiancé, Dr. Jordan Fine. The Honorable Tarsha Jackson, Council Member District B. Accompanied by her son, Marcella Hines. The Honorable Abby Kamen, Council Member District C. Accompanied by her husband, Mr. Matthew Hanson. And a little one. The Honorable Carolyn Evans Shabazz, Council Member District D. Accompanied by her brother, Mr. Edward B. Evans III. The Honorable Council Member-elect District E, Fred Flickinger, accompanied by his wife, Ms. Leslie Flickinger. The Honorable Tiffany D. Thomas, Council Member District F. Accompanied by her father, Mr. Gilbert Thomas III. The Honorable Mary Nan Huffman, Council Member District G. Accompanied by her husband, Mr. Eli III, and children Eli and Hayes. The Honorable Mario Castillo, Council Member-elect District H. Accompanied by his husband, Mr. Joel Montiel. The Honorable Joaquin Martinez, Council Member-elect. The Honorable Edward Pollard, Council Member District 10. Accompanied by his wife, Mr. Vanessa, father and son, AJ. The Honorable Julian Ramirez, Council Member-elect at Large, Position 1, accompanied by his wife, Carolyn Dozier. The Honorable Martha Castex Tatum, Council Member District A. Accompanied by her son, Mr. Jacob Paul Tatum. The Honorable Willie R. Davis, Council Member-elect at Large, Position 2. Accompanied by his grandson, Mr. Harrington Davis Shaw. The Honorable Twyla Carter, Council Member-elect at large, position 3, accompanied by Mr. Steve Elgin. The Honorable Dr. Letitia Plummer, Council Member at large, position 4, accompanied by her father, Dr. Matthew Plummer, Jr. The Honorable Sally Alcorn, Council Member at large, accompanied by her husband, Mr. George Alcorn. The Honorable City Controller-elect Christopher George Hollins, George obviously has a mind of his own. And the Honorable John Whitmire, Mayor, accompanied by his daughter, Miss Mimi and Sarah Whitmire. Ladies and gentlemen, as you have taken your seats, please stand for the presentation of colors by the Joint Honor Guard from the Houston Police and Houston Fire Department, the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mr. Dylan Zong, and our national anthem performed by the Houston Grand Opera's principal artist, Ms. Eileen Perez, who will be accompanied by the Houston Symphony, conducted by Mr. Gonzalo Farias.
In the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I
Please be seated. Thank you to our Joint Honor Guard, our Dylan Zong, Eileen Perez, and the Houston Symphony Orchestra for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'd like to welcome some very special people who are sitting here on our stage. I want to thank you for joining us and supporting this new administration. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Houston's former mayors and first ladies, beginning with the Honorable Sylvester Turner. And the Honorable Anise Parker and former First Lady former First Lady Mrs. Elise Lanier. And former First Lady Frances Brown. Now I ask you to please welcome Reverend Michael Gott, Minister of the Unity of Houston, to offer the inaugural blessing.
Whitmire has asked that this invocation be a brief meditation and a blessing honoring the rich spiritual and religious diversity of our great city. So in that spirit, would you turn within? Just become aware of the breath that as it leaves and enters our body. It is the gift of God to keep us living and thriving. And when we focus on that breath, we are present. We are here in this beautiful, sacred moment. I would ask us now to call to mind our neighborhood, our home, our part of this great city of Houston. Seeing our own home and those homes around us, and call to mind our neighbors, some of whom we may be very close to, friends, a long-standing family. And maybe others who we know a little, maybe by name or by sight. Also those neighbors we don't know at all. But in this moment, we offer them a blessing of loving kindness and compassion, support. Now I invite us to expand our perspective, to take in this whole, wonderful, large, vibrant city of Houston, which is really a neighborhood of neighborhoods, filled with people, most of whom we do not know. Many of them may not look like us, or pray like us, or worship like us, or love like us, or speak like us. And yet they are our neighbor. And so again, we offer our blessing to all of our neighbors in this great city. Blessing of loving kindness, compassion, support. And now we bring our attention to this stage, to these, our neighbors who have been elected by the collective consciousness of our city. And here I ask God's blessing be upon them. A blessing of wisdom and discernment. A blessing of possibility thinking. Their intuitive minds are open to solutions to the problems we face together. That God, through your guidance, this may be the dawn of a great new age in the city of Houston. So not only do we ask God's blessing upon them, but we offer our own. Paraphrasing that famous saying by President John F. Kennedy, we ask not what our leaders can do for us, but what we can do to support our leaders for our city. What a joy and honor it is in this moment to remember that we are a part of something great, something magnificent. Inauguration means beginning. We are here at the beginning of a new chapter, and we do this together. So again, God, we ask your blessing be upon all of us, neighbors, citizens of this city. May we be mindful of one another, honoring and respecting our differences. May we remember that though we are many, we are one people, all citizens of Houston. And may we also remember and be mindful that though we each walk our lives on the path of life, becoming and unfolding alone, individually, and yet with our common bond of humanity and our common connection to you, God, we never, ever walk alone. Amen. Hold your head up high. Don't be
Reverend Gott, for those inspiring words, and to Kenneth Gale for that inspiring rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone with the Houston Symphony. A moment in time for this inauguration we will not soon forget. Please welcome now the Honorable Victor Trevino III, Justice of the Peace, Harris County, Precinct 6, Place 1. He will administer the oath of office for the Honorable Mayor John Whitmire and for the City of Houston, and for the Honorable Christopher George Hollins, City Controller-elect.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, John Whitmire, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of mayor of the City of Houston, of the State of Texas, and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and this state. So help me God. Mr. City Controller, would you like to join me at the podium? Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Christopher George Hollins, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of City Controller of the City of Houston, of the State of Texas, and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and this state. So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mayor John Whitmire.
I'm honored now to swear in our city council members. Members, if you'll join me at the podium. Both sides. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of City Council of the City of Houston, of the State of Texas, and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and this state. So help me God. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome the 63rd Mayor of the City of Houston, the Honorable John Whitmire.
Thank you, Kimbrell. And if I can manage the city half as well as we put as I picked out the program today, we'll be in great shape. The program was designed to show the amazing diversity and talent of the city of Houston. Where else in America do you have a justice of the peace, the People's Court, swear in the mayor of the fourth largest city? Ngon, Judge Trevino comes from a long legacy of public service. Have helped make this the great city that it is. You know, everyone should be smiling this morning because the people of Houston are smiling because they've elected a mayor that's going to listen to them, a mayor that is one that's known for solving problems. And that's why it's exciting to be here today. I have individuals I'd like to thank. I could use all my allotted time if I went through the list that I would like to include. Houstonians have been so nice and generous to me across Houston during the campaign. Those of you that are here today, I want to thank the council members and our city controller for their willingness to be public servants. I know the sacrifices that you give, what it does to your family, but I applaud your willingness to serve, our diversity on council, and we're going to come together and make a real difference. The only reason I ran was to make a difference. That's the reason I'm here this morning, to make a difference, to make this great city greater. And obviously, I must thank my two daughters. They have been reared by their mother and a father that's been in public office their whole life, not their adult life, since they were born. It's been such a blessing, and I've got more plaques and awards than I can place on a wall, but my greatest accomplishment that I'm most proud of is two productive young ladies that are making contributions on their own, Sarah and Whitmire. Proud. During the campaign, at campaign forums, I'd get very passionate about my love for this city. Went to high school here, community college, the University of Houston. I've had the honor of representing constituents here for 51 years. I get very passionate and I would say, I can't wait. I wish I could go to work in the morning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's morning time. So let's get started. We have a great city and great people. I could spend the whole program talking about our greatness. The nation will be coming here next week for the national championship. They will highlight Houston. They'll talk about our great med center, our port, our spaceport, our sports teams. And then they're going to talk about our people. We're recognized worldwide as the most diverse city, probably in the world. Something that we're also proud of. I do want us to practice that diversity. As Michael sang, we are all one. We have our unique neighborhoods, our nations of origin, our customs, our religions, our sexual orientation. But I present the opportunity to lead the city as one. When I was approached by Houstonians to run for mayor, they said, Whitmire, you can unite this city. And that's what I intend to do. And like most major cities, we have our challenges. I could spend the morning listening to them. Public safety, infrastructure, city services that could be better, city finances that we can no longer kick down the road to address, the homeless issue. When you leave out of this beautiful building, go a block, turn right, go a block, and you'll see homeless. The city's done a good job, but we must do better. The homeless deserve our attention, and the Houstonians do not want regular contact with the homeless. We've got to address that. It involves criminal justice, mental health, and prioritizing. Affordability. It's the goal of Houstonians to own a home. We cannot waste our resources at the housing authority or the housing department. We've got to reach out. I applaud our justices of the peace in the county who now are helping folks have legal representation before they're evicted. I could go on. Our infrastructure. We've got to be creative. We've got to partner with the county, which we will. I'm already in discussion with commissioners that are willing to work in their precinct and share the costs for city streets. We also must move forward with Metro. Ask Metro to partner with us to improve the streets that their buses tear up. There are just so many other things that we can do. But my number one priority, and the priority of Houstonians, is public safety. If we do not address public safety, the other quality of life issues will not matter. I want you to know that as I've traveled the city, people are concerned. And the first solution to solving a problem is acknowledge you have one. And I know what the stats say. I know they're headed in the right direction from last year, but 1 year stats does not explain the fullness of the problem. Of course, we've got to increase the number of officers on the street. But we don't have time to go through that process. But I'll commit myself to recruiting our community colleges. We have officers in Austin and Seattle that are contacting me willing to transfer to Houston. We've got to make HPD open its doors to other officers from other agencies. We make it so difficult for people to join HPD. We have cadets that are required to purchase a revolver. A service revolver costs $1,000. After we recruit someone they move to Houston, they have to go finance at the police credit union how to pay for that $1,000 revolver. That's their introduction to the department. I will get the Police Foundation, Don Sanders and others, to give them their revolver. That people want to be first responders. And public safety also means firemen. I will meet with the firemen tomorrow to begin negotiations to get them and the city out of court. It can be done. It must be done. You do not sue your first responders in John Whitmire's administration. We will work with our judges. I will be very outspoken. The backlog is being reduced, but this morning there are 1,900 people waiting to go to court for murder or capital murder charges to be held accountable or to be found innocent. The problem is, members, half of them are either on bond or fugitives. 900 are on the street of Houston. That's a small group that is raising havoc that you see on the 10 o'clock news. We've got to address that. We've got to have reliable garbage pickup. Mine's been in front of my house for a week. I thought, surely. But that's reality. And we live in a great city. Great cities do not have those issues. And we're not going to kick the can down the road. We're going to handle the finances. We're going to reach across the aisle. We're going to be very creative working with the county. We're going to reach across the aisle and work with Austin. Houston can get greater resources out of the Land Commissioner office under my leadership because Don Buckingham, a former city colleague, has already said, let's sit down and improve relationships. County officials have great responsibility. We have friends there. But I want to remind the county that we're in Harris County this morning. The old model for county services and the sheriff's office to start at the city limits of Houston is backdated to Squatty Lyons days. Any of y'all remember Squatty Lyons? So, back to public safety. The first thing I did after I was sworn in at 12:01, because I didn't want to waste any time, was ride with Chief Fenner. I wanted our first responders to know that I cared, that Houstonians cared, that I was representing Houstonians to say thank you, first responders, for putting your life on the line. They are already improving their production. They're already, you can see it in their eyes. They want to work for Mayor Whitmire, and Houston will benefit from that. Our firefighters too. When I make a call with Chief Fenner, firefighters were there. And don't forget our municipal employees. Thank you, Hope. Thank you, municipal employees. You keep our offices going. Back to public safety. Collaboration. We have 80 plus agencies in the city of Houston. They don't talk to each other. They can't even talk to each other on police radios. So Chief Fenner is already showing leadership that I respect and like and encourage. Thursday morning at 10 o'clock, he's already having a meeting, and he and I will meet with other law enforcement agencies to divide the city and see that no community is going unprotected. That's what leadership is about, and that's what I and this council will provide for you. So, we can't do it alone. We need the support of Houstonians. Everywhere I go now, people say, how can I help you? You can help us by supporting us, giving us your ideas. I want to listen to the citizens of Houston. I will be in the first floor of City Hall today at 2 o'clock to meet and greet, listen and learn what people's concerns are. What about flooding? One of them this morning actually called my son-in-law, City of Houston, as a courtesy, told him that he used 4 times as much water in December as he did in November. They just want him to know he's got a $1,000 water bill. People need to know where to go. Flooding, that comes under infrastructure. Not only preparation for Harvey, having sufficient first responders, recovery czar, and other people in place, but I want to address with council the drainage, because there hasn't been the maintenance of drainage, a 2-inch cloudburst. You know it, I know it. You know what thoroughfares you can't travel. That has to be corrected. But we have to do it together. We're all public servants. Each and every one of you, and every Houstonian can hear my voice. You're a public servant, whether you're ever on the ballot or not. And I believe someday we're going to be judged. What did you do with your public service? We need you at the City of Houston. We need your support, your prayers. And like I said, there is much to do. I have no patience, no time to waste. I'm willing to give the next 8 years of the remaining best years of my life to public service on behalf of the City of Houston. So let me just say in closing, it's time for us to go to work. Thank you all for being here. Let's go to work.
Thank you, Mayor. We look forward to your leadership, and I'm sure we'll be able to count on Houstonians to support your administration, sir. Thank you so much. My heartfelt congratulations to all our elected officials who are here. Good luck. God with you over the next 4 years and what you're doing to help this great city of ours. Now it gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce a nationally known recording artist, Mary Griffin, and professional gospel musician, Sean Smith, to perform Up Where We Belong, accompanied by the Ernest Walker Rhythm Section.
Survive. There are mountains in our way, but we climb a step every day. Lord, us up where we belong, where the eagles fly on a mountain high. Lord, us up where we belong, far from the world we know. Hang on to used to be. Yes, I do. They live their lives looking behind. Yeah. All I know is right now me. All I know is the way I feel and I keep being alive. Oh, seems long. And there are mountains in our way. But we climb a step every day. Dress up where we belong, where the eagles fly on a mountain high. Dress up where we belong, hey, far from the world we know. Time goes by, oh, no time to cry. Like you and I, alive today. Dress up where we belong. Everybody sing it with us. Here we go. Where the eagles fly, what a mountain high. Dress up where we belong, far from the world we know. Dress up where we belong, where the eagles fly on a mountain high. Dress up where we belong, hey, far from the world we know. Where the eagles fly. Dress up where we belong, somewhere where the eagles fly. Dress up where we belong. Love, come on and lift us up. The world we know. But let 'em blow. Oh, yes, Lord. Oh, let 'em blow. Oh, bury all we need is love. All this world needs is love. We can get there. We can get there. I said, come on, girl. Your shoe's stuck. Pick your shoe up. Sing along.
Love lifting us up, lifting shoes out of cracks. Wow, I just feel the love this morning. It's great. Thank you, Mary and Sean, for that wonderful initiative. This next young man, you may have seen him on America's Got Talent. He's also won first place in San Antonio's 28th Mariachi Extravaganzas. This 11-year-old is a mariachi prodigy, musician. He's amazing, he's a singer. His inspiration came from his grandfather, another mariachi musician, singer, songwriter back in the 1900s. He has been a mariachi performer since he was 3 years old, and during COVID, he taught himself to play guitar. That wasn't enough. He's recently signed with the Grammy award-winning band La Mafia. This young man continues and hopes to be one day famous mariachi singer like the late Vicente Fernandez, and continues the beautiful mariachi music tradition of Mexican culture. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Eduardo Trevino and Mariachi Nuevo Imperio.
Bye.
Houston Symphony, conducted by Gonzalo Farias. Joint Honor Guard from the Houston Police and Houston Fire Departments, Mr. Dylan Zong, Ms. Eileen Perez from the Houston Grand Opera, Reverend Mike Scott, Mr. Kenneth Gale, the Honorable Victor Trevino III, Ms. Mary Griffin, Mr. Sean Smith, the Ernest Walker Rhythm Section, and Mr. Eduardo Trevino and the Mariachi Nuevo Perio. Thank you to all of you for participating this morning. Special announcement. This afternoon at 2 o'clock, Mayor alluded to that earlier in his speech, the doors of City Hall will be open for Houstonians to come by and meet and greet with him, to tell him what you think of the plans for the city and your thoughts about the city ahead. This evening, the mayor is going to be hosting a special reception that will be recognizing first responders and municipal employees as well. Finally, our elected officials must return to City Hall right now this morning for the first council meeting of the new year. They will be escorted back to City Hall during this finale that's going to start in just a few moments. So I ask that everyone please stay in your seats until the end. As the mayor said, let's get to work. Without further ado, Maestro.